What's going on, guys? So if you want to find out my top 10 winter picks for 2019-2020, stay tuned and watch. So this is your first time coming across this beautiful bald-headed bastard. You like this type of content, someone who's sarcastic, laid back, and really does not take things too seriously himself nor this channel. And when it comes to these top 10s, I try to give something that's a little bit more original. Sorry to all my fellow friends out there and reviewers, that is not a jab at you. I just like to talk about things that are a little bit different than a lot of the other reviewers. Then why don't you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Now, it's that time of the year, winter time, the winter blues. People get a lot more depressed and a lot more angry. Trust me, I'm a bus driver. I'm just naturally angry, but when I gotta work in that type of weather, oh my God, I'm a lot more pissy. Let's just get this damn list started, all right? Trussardi Scent of Gold. So with this one, you get tobacco, plum, oleibandum. You also get vanilla, cinnamon, and violet leaf. This is a unisex fragrance, or in today's market, genderless. Oh. This does, however, dive into feminine territory a little bit more so than the masculine territory. I would say that this is probably more so 60-40 for the ladies out there. When it comes to this fragrance, this is very formal, it's very classy, it's very elegant. There is a mature component. Someone who is like in their 20s probably will not appreciate this as much as someone who is in their late 30s, early 40s, and so on. This is a night out fragrance, a fragrance where you have to dress up. It really does have that formal feel. It's a perfect office fragrance. I would not say that someone who is on the bottom chain of the corporate ladder, but a power position, someone who is a CEO or a high-level supervisor. I did a review of this one with Tim from the channel Tunes Reviews, and he actually liked it. Didn't love it, but this one, when I first smelled it, did not work for me. But now, wow. Scent number 2, Hugo Boss, the scent Private Accord. You get ginger, cacao, something called maninka, you get coffee, vanilla, and woody notes. This here, you definitely get a lot of the coffee, the cacao, and the maninka, which is just a fruity accord. This does have a formal setting. This has a classy, elegant vibe. It's a very versatile fragrance where you could dress it down to something that's a like tuxedo-ish. You know, it's a great scent. This actually came out in 2018. They do have a new one. I believe it's the scent Absolute. This one does get some comparisons to the new one, but this one here, do check into it. In the beginning of this video, I stated that I like to give something that's a little bit different when it comes to these top 10s and not so mainstream. This fragrance is probably a little bit more mainstream than some of the other ones in this list, but it's not an overly talked about fragrance, but it's a little bit more known. Ferragamo Uomo Signature. So you get tonka bean, coffee, you get leather, cinnamon, and cardamom with this one. With this one, you definitely get the coffee, you get the cinnamon, and you also get the tonka bean along with the cardamom. This is just a sweet coffee and a spicy type of fragrance. It has a playful disposition, but at the same time, it's quite classy and elegant. You could dress this down to dressing it up. It has a certain sex appeal, but it's when it comes to the sex appeal, I'm not thinking it's like a clubbing scent. This is a sexy type of fragrance, but there's different types of sexiness. This is not a slutty type of sexy. You know, you could be very classy, you know, a nice suit, tie, a tuxedo. What's sexy to me is a woman wearing a really nice ball gown and just makeup and earrings are just done perfectly. That's sexy to me. That's this type of sexiness. Not club sexy, slutty sexy, no. This definitely does have a classy vibe, but at the same time it has a playful vibe. Scent number 4, this one came out this year in 2019, and boy, oh boy, one of the best releases of this year, Roberto Cavalli Uomo Deep Desire. So you get cinnamon, woods, pepper, saffron, you get mandarin, and tuberose. This is pretty much just a woody, spicy type of scent. I don't get the tuberose. I probably get a very short-lived citrus, but it's just spices and woods. Dress it down to dressing it up. Very formal, but at the same time, it could be casual. This does come across as a little bit more mature, not so much for a younger man. If you're a university student, you know, and you have a bit of an older view on things, this will suit you very well, but this is not like a high school type of scent. Definitely not. Spicy, classy, woody, masculine, sexy, right here. Scent number 5, I don't have a bottle, but it's going to be from the house of Martin Margiela, and that is by the Fireplace. Oh my. This scent here, I should have a bottle because this is just a work of art. It's from the replica line, and boy did they replicate something that's just very authentic. Some of the notes are chestnut, vanilla, you get some guaiac wood, cloves, Peru blossom, and so on. This is pretty much like the name itself. It's by a Fireplace, but it has vanilla, just like simmering, like slowly cooking over an open fireplace along with that chestnut. Oh boy, you could dress it down, nothing too casually, but you know, something with a bit of a sense of style to something that's very formal. I believe that this is unisex, and it does dip into both territories, so it's not more masculine, it's not more feminine, but there's definitely a certain level of elegance and class to this one, and it's certainly this is a cuddle scent to me. Scent number 6, I don't have a bottle, but it's from the iconic American brand Ralph Lauren, and that is Polo Supreme Oud. I'm not an oud lover, but let's get into the notes of this one. So you get oud, guaiac wood, you get cinnamon, pink pepper, vetiver, and I believe there's 1 or 2 other notes. When I first smelled this, I was very surprised by this one, you know, and this one is almost bottle worthy to me. If you're familiar with my channel, I don't like oud. I'm a very safe, boring, generic kind of person. That's my tastes. But this one has a hint of classiness, maturity, elegance, masculinity. This is a great signature scent for an older man, someone who is 40 and over. If you just want the one fragrance for the wintertime, this might do it for you. Again, I'm not a fan of oud. This is not very authentic. It's not a dirty type of oud. This one is done perfectly, especially for my tastes. If you want a good entry-level oud, something that's not too dirty and that's actually done quite well, something that's a little bit more safe, look into this one. However, this one does come with a bit of a price tag, even online. I don't know if this is sold at any of the American retailers. I know up here in Canada it's not sold at the HBC, but you can get this online for about $110 Canadian, so that's about like maybe $90 USD, but for me, this was certainly a surprise. Scent number 7, Robert Graham's Valor. So there's only 3 notes in this one, very basic. Coffee, amber, and sage. So with this one, you definitely get a lot of the coffee, you get the amber, and you get a little bit of the sage. There's certainly a very gourmandy, masculine, sexy fragrance. With this fragrance here, you get the amber, you get the coffee, and you get an herbal sage. Whew. This is done very well. You can dress this one down, nothing too casual, however, to something that's formal. This is a great gentleman's fragrance. It's a great office scent. So if you want something that's office friendly, do look into this one. It's a good scent for going out on a date, lounge. This is not a clubbing scent. This is a gentleman's fragrance, you know, someone who is serious about his life, his goals, someone who's passionate in life and definitely wants to get ahead in life. That's what I think when it comes to this scent. Scent number 8, this brand, really not for me. They do produce some alright scents. It's been around for a long time. But this is a newer release that unfortunately is limited edition, or it's becoming harder to find. I did find this one on fragrancebuy.ca. They sold out, and I believe at the time, I could be wrong now, that they restocked. But this is Calvin Klein's Amber Gold Euphoria. So you get amber, honey, you get oregano, incense, leather, thyme, and so on. So with this one, you get the incense, you get the honey, you get the amber. This is, woo! This is masculine, this is mature, this is classy, this is elegant. When it comes to this brand, a lot of their offerings, I don't expect much. You know, I'm not really, it's like, it is what it is. Their summer fragrances I enjoy a little bit more so than some of their other offerings, but this is their best offering to date. And Calvin Klein has been around for over 30 years. Scent number 9 is one of my favorites in my entire collection. Givenchy Gentlemen Only Absolute. So you get cinnamon, nutmeg, vanilla, you get sandalwood, saffron, and bergamot. This is pretty much just a spice bomb, if you will. You know, this does get comparisons to Victor & Rolf's Spice Bomb, but this is better. This is more gentlemanly, but it's just done better. This is very versatile. It's very masculine. It's classy, it's elegant. A lot of the fragrances in this video, in this list, are just very classy overall. But this is just, this reminds me of Christmas. I have also stated that if James Bond were to wear a designer scent, this is James Bond right here. And scent number 10, this was a recent acquisition from the wife. She ended up giving this to me for Diwali. Diwali is pretty much like the Hindu Christmas or a Hindu New Year. But boy, you know, when I was blown away by the sample, I did a review of this. I did a lot of reviews on a lot of these, you know, so all the links will be down below. But this fragrance, back to the brand of Ralph Lauren, Polo Supreme Leather. Oh my God. Leather, honey, tonka bean, saffron, nutmeg. You get a very silky honey. You get the leather. And the leather is not like a slap to the face or a slap to the bare ass cheeks. No, the leatherness is done, it's more toned down. You know, but the combination of the leather, the honey, and the tonka bean along with a little bit of the spiciness, wow. This is formal. This is work. This is like something like you have to, I have to wear this, I have to dress up a little bit in order to really pull this off. You know, nothing too casual, but a nice sweater, maybe some khakis or like a nice pair of jeans. This would suit perfectly. It's a 10 out of 10 when it comes to fragrances. So guys, that is my top 10 designer winter fragrances for the year of 2019 and 2020. Any reviews that I've done on these, they will be down in the description below. Let me know what fragrance in this video really intrigues you the most, like ones that you haven't smelled. And the ones that you have smelled, let me know which one that you both hate but love. Guys, thank you for your time, take care, and I will see you in the next video.